Hello there, my loves. It's me, it's Jim, and it's Wednesday. I just thought I'd pop on and talk a little bit. First of all, telling you about things that are coming up. So you might have noticed tomorrow evening, if all goes well, I'm going to be doing my radio thing, and it's all science fiction themed. So if you do drop by, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, Greenwich Mean Time, my loves. Yes, do give me your suggestions, anything related to science fiction, whether it's books or games or movies or just something that's off the top of your head that reminds you of science fiction. Yeah, so we'll do that. That should be wonderful, I imagine. What else? I'm going to, after this, I will try to record a book review for Friday. Let's remember what this channel is all about, after all, because I've been slinging all kinds of shit at you over the last week or so. There will be more of those infernal lip syncs at some point. I've got loads of the devils that I did years and years ago that I will be popping back out. But yeah, it's all superficial shit, isn't it, my loves? But yeah, there we are. I just thought I'd give you a taste of what the dark old days used to be like on this channel. Well, they're darker now, of course, but there we are. The other thing, if those of you who don't know, some of you do, some of you don't. I also have a gaming channel, and at the moment I'm playing through the remake of Silent Hill 2, originally on the PlayStation 2. I'm playing it on PlayStation 5. We're in the future now, my loves. And that game is continuously blowing my mind apart because I'm so used to playing older games that I sometimes forget how good the graphics are these days. Oh, it's so good. Look at the graphics, my lads. I can't bloody believe this. Wow. Right, I'm going to have to change some options here because it's not inverted. I prefer it being inverted, like my penis. Excuse me. So there we are. That's something you can possibly watch in the privacy of your own home with your wand, perhaps. There we are. Okay, right. All of that out the way. I just thought I'd give you just chat a little bit if you don't mind. Yes, this morning I woke up with a wonderful nosebleed. I do occasionally get those, and they often attack me in the mornings. Perhaps I think it's very dry air, or I've been using the air conditioning in my car like a bastard. But this was a bad one. I couldn't stop the devil, and it was making me kind of worried. Let's put it that way. It would not go. It was trickling out, and I thought, shit, something's gone wrong. But eventually we did stem the flow. My good wife helped me out and tried to calm me down when I was, let's just say, panicking slightly. She was covered in blood. No, it wasn't quite that bad, but yeah, normally I get those things to stop pretty quickly. I'm quite good at stopping nosebleeds these days, but this one was another order. Actually, I did control it at one point, and then I kind of sneezed and blew my nose, and then it came back worse than before. And I was feeling weak and sick, and I thought, shit, I can't work today. But anyway, I was 10 minutes late for work, but all was well, all was well. So if I do look slightly pasty, that's why I've lost about half a pint of blood. Right, so there's that. I'm also, so generally, I mean, I was more worried about this this nosebleed, more than normal, I suppose, because I've got something going on in the background, my loves. Old Jim is not on the ball. But nothing, hopefully, to worry about. However, yeah, some of you know I've had some blood tests because of my liver. I know the concept, people's idea of me is probably a bit of a booze hound. I'm drinking all the bloody time, drinking to excess. That isn't the case, my loves. I mean, I do enjoy a drink, as some of you know. But I keep it to the weekends. Never drink during the week, and I thought that would be okay. So I don't think that's related to what's going on. If it is, then it's easy to, cut back on the old grog a bit, but it may not be that, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm talking to the doctor later, so it's on my mind. So I'm thinking nosebleed, and I've been having lots of back pain lately and not sleeping very well. And I'm thinking, yes, this is all adding up to something terrible. It may indeed be that, but unfortunately, I've always been a hypochondriac, and I always suffer from anxiety anyway. So it's a heady mix, my loves. But anyway, there we are. That's why I look slightly downcast today. Right, so there's that. I've got a bloody great big canvas over here. You can't even see the top of the devil. It's over 1 meter long. I've got a commission, new commission. Don't get many of these days. In fact, I refuse. I don't want to do commissions other than people I love. And this guy happens. I love him. My sister's partner, Brian. Yeah, so he wants something Star Wars related. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's a secret. It's not Princess Leia being buggered by Jabba the Hutt, so don't worry about that. It's something quite pleasant, actually, but from the dark side of the Force, my loves. So yeah, I'm going to be tackling that at some point. It's probably going to take me a fair amount of time, just to warn you, Brian, if you're watching this. So there we are. That's the other thing. I'm working on that. I've also got a pornographic painting that's on eBay at the moment. If you want to check that out, please do so. I'll probably put a link down below. So I did that painting last month or so. It's an experiment, my loves. I thought, right, let's see if anyone is attracted by things that are pornographic and are rendered in an oil painting fashion. And it turns out no one is. But there we are. It's there for people to have a look at anyway, at any rate. My wife, apparently, for some strange reasons, she doesn't want it hanging up in our own home, but I have no idea why. So there we are. That's the other thing. I did a little bit of writing yesterday as well. I'm thinking, I'm all over the fucking place, my loves. I thought I'll do a little bit of writing. So just short story stuff. I did that back rooms, liminal spaces stuff. What is it? Yeah, the man that was stuck in the corridor, endless corridor. I did an audio book of it. I'll link that down below. How about that? And I'm thinking of maybe doing a sequel to it. For no other reason than I'm interested in seeing where this poor chap ends up. But we'll see. It's all over the place, my loves. Very capricious in the way I divvy out my attention to things. But I think I've been realizing recently perhaps the lion's share of my attention should go on this channel, because if you tot up all the things I've ever done in my life, this appears to be the only thing that's doing anything, albeit very slowly. But that doesn't matter. I never intend to put any adverts on here or anything like that. But I suppose it would make sense to spend more time doing this than things that don't really go anywhere. But I think at the same time, I think it's important. Personally, I think it's important that I just do things that make me happy, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, I suppose. But in the back of my mind at the same time, I've probably talked about this before, there's the idea or the feeling, the thought, the idea that I'm squandering the best years of my life and not really contributing financially enough. I've said this before, I know. And so that's always in the back of my mind. So a lot of these projects I do seem quite frivolous. I mean, spending a week drawing a tower and editing a 5-minute video to to put on here as my welcome video seems slightly excessive now that I'm thinking about it. But I love being consumed by a project. And for that week, I was having the time of my life. Of course, once it's done, I crash like a ton of bricks to the ground in the fucking funk of despair. But that's the creative process, my loves, when it comes from Good old Jim. Anyway, so there we are. Right, that's what's coming up. I'm going to have a shower now and clean my wand. And then hopefully I will record some kind of book review for Friday. Unfortunately, tomorrow we've got someone coming around to install a new oven because I burnt the fucker out the other day with one of my spells. So hopefully it's going to be ready in time for my weekly pizza, which I always have on a Friday. But there we are. There's too much information for you, my loves. Anyway, if all goes to plan, I'll see you on Friday. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow in a live sense when we all get off our tits on science fiction. I'm not going to be drinking though. There's a can back there with my name on it. Just saying. Anyway, cheers and cheerio.